medium literacy, any chance tonight's rhetoric starts to drift towards attacks that can apply to Harris. Look, there's only one thing that they're going to be able to do. This is how they're going to attack Harris if she becomes the nominee. It's all going to be about qualifications, that she's unqualified. And that is their dog whistle to say she's a DEI hire.
Yeah.
They're going to talk about how she slept with Willie, what's his face, Brown in San Francisco. DEI hire, more or less.
So they get to slut shame and be racist all at once.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
But it's going to be hard because they're going to say she's unqualified, and people are going to go, dude, she's been vice president for 3 years.
Yep.
Like what? Like how is that unqualified?
Yeah, I mean the thing is that
and then they're going to get in trouble.
Yes, that's what's the upside of her candidacy is that the Republicans will be forced to change the narrative because they're so damn racist and they're so misogynist, and they won't be able to help themselves. And she's getting better. I mean, she's become a better speaker. I think people can look those clips.
Well, let's look at a clip right now.
Yeah, I was encouraged to see this because I think, she's good in an interview setting to a degree because she's kind of personable and goofy and off and odd, but was not a good stump speaker at all in 2020. But I don't know. I think she got some lessons here. This was pretty good today. It's really refreshing to see someone campaigning against the Republicans.
I mean, also understand she's been out there campaigning. Just there's no media coverage of it. Nobody clips it. No media coverage because nobody was paying attention because she's just the vice presidential candidate and there's no story there. Now people are starting to pay more attention. There's no doubt that she's probably, she knows too. Like this is becoming.
It's an audition.
An audition of sorts.
There is so much at stake. Last night was the latest example. So some of you may have heard Donald Trump's running mate deliver remarks at the Republican National Convention. He talked about his life story about growing up in Southwest Ohio, and it was compelling. It's a compelling story. And it was not the full story. Frankly, what is very telling is what he did not talk about on that stage. He did not talk about Project 2025, their 900-page blueprint for a second Trump term. He did not talk about it because their plans are extreme and they are divisive. In recent days, they've been trying to portray themselves as the party of unity. But here's the thing. If you claim to stand for unity, you need to do more than just use the word. You cannot claim you stand for unity if you are pushing an agenda that deprives whole groups of Americans of basic freedoms, opportunity, and dignity. You cannot claim you stand for unity if you are intent on taking reproductive freedoms from the people of America and the women of America. Trying to ban abortion nationwide as they do and restrict access to IVF and contraception as their plan calls for. You cannot claim to be for unity if you try to overturn a free and fair election and threaten to terminate the United States Constitution. And you cannot claim to be for unity when your entire economic agenda is designed to prioritize billionaires and big corporations over the middle class.
All right. And, when she gets into that unity stuff, she really starts to sound a little bit like Obama cadence. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm projecting that. It wasn't there before, but when she got into the unity, and did this.
I mean, Buttigieg does it too,
Because it's
right?
fanatic
John
in a way.
Ossoff. Nobody does it better than John
The
Ossoff.
dominant,
Yeah, I mean, but good person to emulate. Obviously, one of our most talented speakers in American political history.
And Sam, but we've talked about this before also, but another one big Obama emulator is Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania. He almost has Obama's register too. Like,
Well,
he has-
Ossoff really. I haven't seen Ossoff speak since 2020, but yeah.
But anyway, I thought that was good. I think it's an improvement. I think people will be surprised how much they gravitate towards somebody saying common sense things like that, even if it's not somebody people are familiar with in large part, or somebody that's the most politically talented. This is generic Democrat versus Trump, and she can be generic Democrat quite easily. And then I think she has some strengths that people downplay. I do think she can be personable. I think she's likable. And she's improving on the stump. So that's really all you can ask for at this point.
Joe Biden says, I am so with y'all on the strategy for putting Kamala in, but goddamn, I'm sorry. She just has no fucking charisma. I'm not gonna
Would be
claim-
curious how women react differently than men to Kamala Harris, to be honest with you.
in
Because,
terms of her.
yeah,
I mean, it's possible.
I have a much stronger reaction to that.
I mean,
than
you can
her.
get better at speaking too. I'm not super impressed by. I think she's not.
She's fine,
She's
but
replacement level.
But,
Somebody,
but she has the get a beer with quality that is super gendered, and Bush has that. But she can, when she's doing an interview or something, she's light. She laughs. She sounds like someone who you could have a one-on-one conversation with. I think that's a strength that people don't really talk about enough. I don't know.
I don't have that inclination with anybody to have a one-on-one conversation with them, so I can't really
The only
pick up
person
on
Sam
that.
wants to
if
have
it
a beer with
exists.
is John Benjamin.
Exactly. That's it. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.